Hello, all, and welcome to our latest episode here of Senior Spotlight. My name is Ben Pope, and I will be joining you all as we get to know some of our graduating senior class here at Dean College just a little bit better. I'm lucky to be joined today by a special guest, the cook himself, Bennett the Cook. How are you today, Bennett?
I'm doing good, Mr. Pope. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be talking to you today and getting to know you a little bit better and showing all of our Dean friends just a little bit more about the cook.
All right.
So just to start off, I want to know a little bit about where you began here at Dean. So how did you first hear about the college? What were your first interests here? Just tell me how you first learned.
Well, actually, Ben, a little bit of a story to tell. So I've actually been here for 3 years at Dean. To put it this way, I first went to Mount Ida College for freshman year, but then that college unfortunately went bankrupt in April, and it completely threw a wrench in the works. And I just kept thinking to myself, where do I turn? Where do I go right now?
Yep.
So then that's why I came here to Dean, because I knew some of my friends who went to high school at that time.
Okay.
So it made sense to do the right move, and I transferred to Dean College.
Were there any things, like aside from your friends over here, that really stood out about Dean when you were looking for another college?
I mean, there was a make-your-own major I heard about, but unfortunately I got talked into taking communications, which,
Yep.
Now that I'm a senior, it hasn't really been, that bad. I like it. As long as I can be able to somehow harness that to connect with my passion, in which I'm actually working on a documentary right now. So you want to see it, you let me know. I'll probably have it done sooner than later.
Well, sure. Let's expand upon that. So if you want to talk about your documentary or some of your roles and responsibilities, clubs that you're in part of.
Well, ever since I heard about DNN, everybody was telling me, hey, Benny, you coming to DNN? You coming to DNN? Finally, senior year, I'm like, I'm going in. And that is exactly what I did. I basically jumped into the pool, they say. Figured I'd join. I could have joined sooner, but, for somebody who's transferred from another college, there's so much going through the mind mentally. You're not exactly sure what you're going to focus on. So this has been my experience. Went to one college, thought I was going to, have fun, try to start making new friends.
Yep.
First time being away from my current home. Unfortunately, that college closed up shop, and then I transferred to Dean, and basically I went from being a Mustang, a horse, to now being, yet again, a bulldog like I was back at high school. So kind of does feel good to be a bulldog,
Kind of the full circle a little bit. That's pretty cool.
Ruff roof! I try.
No, I like it. I like it. So I guess talking about like your specific time at Dean the past 3 years, from where you began and where you are right now, would you say like there have been any big changes for you or anything that you can see that you've developed?
That is a tough call to go by there, Mr. Pope. That's a tough call. I would say, oh man, I'm not sure if I can be able to put this into words. I'm kind of losing a lot of trains out of the terminal, they say. It's like my brain's the terminus of the whole thing. It's like a hub right now. Fortunately, if I don't have a train in the terminus, I don't really have thoughts.
I gotcha.
It's been a long road. It's hard for me to put into words, but long story short, since I've come to DNN, I feel like my favorite role is Slate. I got Mark working over there on Slate right now, but throughout DNN, I've gotten involved with making more friends, getting used to the camera equipment, knowing the ebbs and the flows of what does what, how does it work, stuff like that. In fact, probably the highlight of DNN, I would have to say working not one but 3 operations. Lighting over there, where Colette is, working camera 3, which Mark was just behind, and then also slating. It seemed like a pretty easy job at first. They're easy to go with. I thought it was going to be hard at first, but no, not the case.
Well, I'll definitely say that your passion and your drive are two things that I really admire about you, Bennett, that you really work really hard on and you always do as much work as you can. So I really appreciate that and like to acknowledge you on that.
Thank you, Mr. Pope. I might as well point out, if you haven't heard, have you ever actually seen a Lego subway before?
I have not.
Wait until you see it, man, because I'm telling you, I'm on somewhat of a mission here. I will show you the documentary when it comes out. I'm not going to give away any spoiler alerts. I'm not going to drop any Easter egg hints, because Easter's coming up.
Yep.
Just wait until the documentary is finished, and then I will show it to you. But I can tell you, I will show you a Lego subway afterwards, so I got it on my phone.
Keep that on my calendar, write that down a little bit. Are there any like other projects that you're working on before you graduate, or any things that you're looking towards maybe after you graduate?
Everything's all up in the air.
Yep.
It's in that mixer, they say.
Okay.
You put a lot of ingredients into that mixer, and you mix, 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 mix until you have something, or something's in the oven. You cook it, and then you know. I could go on and on and on and on with these analogies, which is, kind of my specialty.
Well, I really like it.
Kind of my spicy specialty.
Very spicy.
Eh?
So before we wrap it up, are there any maybe messages that you want to say to either any of your family, friends, teachers, or any other messages that you want to put out there?
For those of you that are watching this right here on DNN, I want to thank the professors that have helped me get to this point in time. I'm going to miss it when I've departed, but I'll try not to be sad too much. There's always that time where we can be able to keep in touch and, maybe see if there's any jobs out there that would be of interest. Until next time.
That's great, Bennett, and I really appreciate you coming on. We had a great chat. I got to know you a little bit better, and I can't wait to see that Lego Subway picture.
Thank you, sir. Not just the picture, it's also the documentary, too.
Oh, documentary, picture, film, bunch of words to go by, but...
It's my passion, man. It's my passion.
Well, I think that's all the time we have here. Thank you once again for joining me, Bennett,
Pleasure.
here on Senior Spotlight, and I will see you all next time on our next edition of Senior
Spotlight!
Thank you all for watching.